is Carol Wakio Nderi. Her speech title is The Hummingbird. The Hummingbird by Nderi Wakio Carol.
Thank you very much. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Have you seen mosquitoes in your homes in Nyeri? Do you have mosquito nets? Insect repellents, perhaps? Now, here's the interesting thing. A few years ago, we did not have mosquitoes in Nyeri. And now we do. We do have mosquitoes here. Why? We all know that mosquitoes thrive in frosty temperatures. And Nyeri is like a fridge. It's cold. So why do we have mosquitoes now? Think about it. That means, and that possibly could only mean one thing, the temperatures are rising. Now, let me tell you, as a young girl, one of the things that I looked forward to most when coming to visit my grandmother in Nyeri from Nairobi was the abundance of plums. That marked the onset of December. Red, big, juicy, succulent plums. And now, funny thing, if you went through your timeline during the December holidays, a lot of people were complaining and saying, it just isn't Christmas without plums. If anything, we saw the plums much after, just towards the end of the festivities. We did not have mosquitoes in Nyeri, now we have them. We had lots of plums in the past, now we don't. River Shania cuts through our farm in Nyeri. Again, as a little girl, the other thing besides plums that excited me when I was coming to see my shosho, my grandmother, rest in peace, was waddling in the water, playing in the magnificent River Shania. And shosho would warn us, be careful, the water can carry you away. You little children, don't play in the river. But now what is the case scenario? What are we seeing? Rocks are jutting out of the riverbeds. Temperatures are rising. This is what we are calling the greenhouse effect, translated to global warming, translated to climate change, the crisis of our time. We have all been seeing, reading, watching on the news about the fire in Australia, the Inferno, haven't we? It is a big crisis. And scientists, environmentalists are drumming. The conservation drums soar. And they're saying this is going to have such adverse effects on the climate. Now let me tell you about Professor Wangari Maathai, a daughter of Nyeri. May her soul rest in peace. And not just a daughter of Nyeri, a daughter of Kenya, a daughter of Africa. She did make us proud, a daughter of the globe. This woman, the first Nobel laureate, first black woman, first African, first everything, a pace setter, trailblazer. She told us about the hummingbird. Do you know the tale about the hummingbird? The hummingbird. One day, a long, long time ago, in a forest much like the Australian one, a big inferno occurred. A big fire erupted. And the animals ran helter-skelter to the periphery, to the sidelines, panicking, wide-eyed, staring at the fire. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Baffled and puzzled. And then this little bird, the hummingbird, little bird, said, I think I can do something. I think, let me run to the river, let me fly. I am going to fetch some water and come and put out the fire in the forest. And the big animals, the elephants that were on the periphery looking on from the sidelines, said, you're so small, little bird. What do you think you can do? With your little beak, how much water do you think you can carry? And put out the fire anyway. Do you know what the little bird said? The hummingbird, it said, I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. And this is what Professor Wangari Maathai asked us to do, to be the hummingbird. No matter how insignificant we feel, no matter how small we feel, we can do something, as opposed to looking on from the sidelines. Now, a lot of strange things are happening in Africa, climatically. Let me tell you about the ASK Kafiroine show that we had recently in Nyeri. Those of us who have been to the show, you know there are large parcels of land where they display large spinach leaves, almost surreal. Tomatoes this big, red and nice and just looking beautiful and splendid. Onions, the bulbs are almost the size of a newborn's head. A hailstorm hit these parcels of land days before the ASK Kafiroine show was opened, and it destroyed quite a huge chunk of the crop. Many people did not realize that, but the area was cordoned off. Strange things happening to our climate. In Africa, you have heard about the cyclone that was in Morocco, the cyclone that was in Mozambique not too long ago. It killed over 600 people. Mudslides in Uganda, 40 people died last year. Wildfires in South Africa, in Angola. The drought, remember Kenyans for Kenya, the initiative between national government and Red Cross? It happened in Kenya, but also in East Africa. And this was the worst drought to have hit in 60 years. We are having floods left, right, and center. Hurricanes. And by the way, how come hurricanes are named after women? Katrina. Hope none is named Carol. But this is my point. Strangeness. A lot of us city dwellers think that this is a conversation to be held by scientists, biologists, environmentalists, meteorologists, all the ists together. You don't realize that you can be the hummingbird. When the taps are dry in your home, there's water rationing, you don't think that this is directly impacted to climate change. As a city dweller, you're enjoying your nyama choma, and that is roasted meat, and there is charcoal being used, and you're oblivious to the fact that this means a tree was felled. We need to be careful. Be the hummingbird. Professor Wangari Maathai said, Mother Nature is very generous but very unforgiving. Madam Toastmaster, thank you very much.